Elite, I guess. It's like
Yeah, I'll look
Yeah.
at
70 bucks.
There you go.
Real comfy.
Session 31.
Brian, you know I'm playing D&D. It's like he waits to ping me until we start.
Because he wants to tune in.
Frank got a haircut?
I'll send him the link.
Yeah, I got a haircut last week.
Oh
Yeah, I need to get one fucking in the next couple of days, dude. My hair's, dude, look at this shit.
It's
It's
getting
past my
pretty
eye.
long.
It gets past my eye. It's just curly as fuck from the humidity.
All right. So since I know we're on a little bit of a short schedule, let's go ahead and jump back in. Also, obviously, I'm a fan of the short sides, long on top, so you know I approve.
Yep.
Mhm.
Although even I've got this shorter than usual. Normally, it's more like this.
Mhm.
Anyway, previously, you all made the trek after doing a little bit of scouting around Lady Walker's house and finding a rather suspicious room in the basement, all the way out into the foothills of the Balanock Mountains, where, down a old, weathered, and seemingly mostly disused path, you did find the borderline legendary manor Argenbosholt, where the Order of the Silver Dragon, many, many hundreds of years ago, once took up residence. You learned a little bit about them, knowing that they apparently took up arms against Strahd in his initial conquest of Barovia. But given the state of the trap out front and the state of the room you're standing in, that being full of the still smoldering corpses of several giant spiders and the rubble that once was an elaborate ballroom, well, suffice to say, it's seen better days.
Okay.
You did make quite handy work of those spiders with some smart tactics, keeping them from flanking around behind you guys, and a well-placed fireball. But yes, you currently find yourselves in what's left of the ballroom, and you can see that Rictavio and Irina, neither of them took any damage, but Irina looks a little bit winded and still like coming down from the battle high. She crit twice in a row and actually contributed for once. But Rictavio kind of steps over to the edge of the room and peers out past the rubble, muttering about this room down below. Must have been the stables back in the day. These days looks like, well, mostly nothing. And he will hop over and do a quick investigation. But after a few moments, seems to come up with nothing. Just shrugs. Old moldering wood. And Irina would glance around. Is anyone hurt? That seemed to go rather well, actually. But she looks over at you, Narlig, and I think you're missing some help,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Narlig's gonna do a little limp and be like, "Tis but a flesh wound."
Poison oozing out of his wounds.
Right.
Mhm.
But not poisoned condition. Correct?
Yeah. Correct. Took poison damage, is not currently poisoned as per the condition.
Yagobachi's definitely going to look around and just trying to see if any of these bodies that these spiders hunted, see if he recognizes them, what type of race they are, you know, if they have anything up in their webs. Just kind of looking around, look for anything out of the ordinary.
Sure. Go ahead and give me investigation or nature. I think either one is appropriate.
That's just a normal roll. It's a 16.
Yeah. So scattered here, you see kind of an odd mix, right? So some of it is old enough that it's just basically skeletons. It doesn't seem like the spiders cut down old cocooned victims. They just kind of stuff them up into a corner. So like kind of over by where you are, like stuck to the corner of the wall. It's just basically like a 10-foot wide ball of bones. You don't strike me as a squeamish sort, so if you're just kind of like digging in there and seeing what they've gotten. The majority of the victims appear to be human or something very close to human. That could be, perhaps half-elves, for example. Very hard to tell from the skeleton. But you do see a few things mixed in that you would recognize as not being common here. Certainly elves, a dwarf or two, And with like digging really deep, I think you'd probably find Dragonborn have like a very distinct skull, obviously. Come across that. So seemingly other adventurers from beyond the fog have met their end here. But all of this again is like truly skeletal remains. Been here for years and years. Most of what you find that's fresh would be like wolves or even birds that have been snared by these things.
But no coin pouches, no backpacks, nothing of that these guys have been wrapped up with. They just look all
Unfortunately
probably
not,
withered.
but if you're specifically looking for that sort of thing, I think you would find that here and there you'd find like an empty sword sheath or a belt that looks like somebody nicked it with a knife while cutting away a pouch. Something looted these bodies, but spiders don't loot things.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm satisfied.
And yeah, Rick Tavio just provide a super quick summary. He searched the stables. Looks like somebody burned them down at some point. But right now there's nothing even useful he can find. He does mention that whatever burned it was particularly hot. It looks like some of the nails melted. If you're stepping out that far, Akabachi,
Yep.
you can see up above you there is nothing straight up, but kind of overlapping to like the third square from the wall in here.
Mm-hmm.
There are like broken boards and kind of leaning timbers that do support partial rooms up above you. It looks like a room on the end you're standing on, a hallway in the middle, and then another room on the other side. But it looks pretty sketchy to climb up. You could probably get up there, but you'd be worried about the end of the floor collapsing under you. It's that badly degraded.
Well, I'll wait for the others to see what they want to do, and I might have an idea.
Fair enough. Any wound patching or searching or anything? Or are you guys just kind of all resting up for a moment while Ayakobachi does this thing?
Whoever
Oh.
wants to exit the room and listen if is this our door? Yeah.
Yeah.
See if that battle caused a stir anywhere.
Not a bad idea. Let's see. I think if you are doing that, that sounds like an active perception check. So please give me that first. Oh, that is a natural 20.
That is.
Hot damn, and you are already a high wisdom character. Alright, let me look at what I think you could perceive even a little bit further than I probably would have told you about. Okay. Couple things catch your ears, not all of it having to do with living things. To the east of you, somewhere behind the grand staircase, and this is because this air is particularly still. You're still like kind of high on adrenaline from the fight, like you are locked in at the moment. Somewhere through this wall and kind of up to the north even, you hear dripping water. And you're fairly sure you hear sloshing up on the floor above as well. You also hear the chittering of several small critters, bats, birds, maybe, hard to say, flapping of wings, but nowhere nearby. You probably also from far to the east,
When it's done, game?
way out
You ain't
here,
finna do it though.
would catch a creak of something metallic moving, bending, maybe like a joint in armor or like a door swinging on a hinge. And from directly across, I think you hear the most obvious sign of life. That being like somebody trying to muffle their panicked breathing.
The first floor you said?
First floor, kind of diagonally across in this room.
Reveal dip in and relay most of that information. The key points being the maybe muffled breathing across the hall, the metallic creaking and the sloshing of water. Being careful to note that if there's something sloshing around upstairs and something is dripping downstairs, it's probably connected.
And since he's pointing it out, Akabachi, you can actually see the exterior of the room, kind of where he points. That looks to you very chapel-y. Like very clear peaked roof, high spires, and you see tall stained glass windows.
Yep, I'll point that out to the group. I was just also going to send Webward up above me. We took an hour rest and then we took an hour to get here, so I still got him for an hour. That's the wrong Webward. And
That's big Webward.
yep.
Okay,
And,
you're gonna send Webward up.
Yeah, and then I'll look through his eyes for a moment and just see what's up there, and then I'll just go back with the group, relay what I find.
God, he's so tiny on this map.
He is
Okay,
very tiny.
yeah, so you kind of just like give him a little hop.
Yep,
You
like-
know, he's small and light.
As high as I can,
That
just
I'm
climb up
no
there.
move, don't stretch. No, I made him big. No, I can't make him small again. That's fine. It'll make him easier to find.
Yeah.
So you kind of like toss him up onto the floor up there. I'm going to filter. Well, you're looking through his eyes, right?
Right.
You can see, so it's
See
not
him here.
him relaying. So this to you, I think Weber just sees broken furniture, but you riding along, you recognize like pieces of what clearly looks to you like broken bedroom furniture. Like remnants of a bed, there's a dresser, all kind of caved in. This has been broken for quite a while. The elements have gotten in and rotted all of the wood. There's mostly just slivers and scraps left.
Okay.
But there is a open door leading to a hallway.
Yeah, I'll go check that out real quick. Little spider crawl.
Okay. So you're up on the wall.
Yeah, sure. I'll be crawling up on
Or-
the wall, just kind of listening for the same things that Irvir was pointing out: the water and the sloshing.
Sure. So as you head a little further north, I think you would spot very clearly this is open to the same floor down below, where you guys came in. And from up here, you know, kind of peeking around the corner with his tons of eyes, two stone balconies flank the main foyer. Balusters carved to resemble knights in shining armor support their elegantly carved stone railings. Weapons and shields decorate the walls along each of these hallways, while alabaster busts of handsome men flank hallways that lead north and south away from the foyer. That's so you're kind of like standing on one of them. They look again to you, I think, sort of, you could say like related to the ones down below. None of them are identical, but you clearly see sides of them being very similar. At the west end of each balcony is an archway that leads to a spiral staircase going up. Yes, this map is reversed for some reason. Oh no, I'm sorry, the west end. Yes, you see a spiral staircase heading up even further from there.
Okay. Yep. Webward will hide over here, and I will go and relay that information to the group.
Sure.
So good he hides. He's sneaky.
Stealth 17. Okay.
Hide right behind that statue.
I'm just gonna make a note of that in his blue circle.
Cool. I also can do.
All right.
I also like doing something like that.
Okie doke.
It's kind of big though.
There you go.
That's it for me. I'll relay the information to the group. Let them know Webward's up there. Probably not very wise to go south. It doesn't seem very stable. Might fall to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Don't see any
Yeah.
water or any sloshing.
I think he probably would have pointed you like further east if you wanted to go slightly farther. But if you just want to play it safe, that is fine.
Yeah, I'll play it
too.
safe, and we'll just go. I'm just gonna follow the group.
Okay.
Do a
All
little scouting.
right.
If I need to do more scouting, we can always do more.
Works for me. All right. So the rest of you downstairs. I think Rictavio kind of checks over Irina, more like roughly than, not like he's being rough with her, but like Irvir, I get the feeling you would caringly check someone. He's more just like making sure she's not injured anywhere and kind of gives her a nod.
Yeah.
And
More like checking a machine than a person.
Yes, he is purely on mission. It is not bedside manner. And I think near the end, she kind of like shoos his hand away, and just kind of, mutters, "I would think at this point you'd trust me to tell you if I was wounded." And he just rolls his eyes, but doesn't respond.
Or Vil just shoot them both a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. Are you patching anybody up? I believe Rolmir and Narlug are both hurt, but if they are good to go, they're good to go.
You guys didn't take that much damage, right?
I mean, I could get topped off.
Narlug's gonna throw up a thumbs up and then grunt as he gets up, just like.
When you say topped off,
I'm alright.
Narlug does have a potion of healing on him, so
well,
things get dire.
that's for emergencies. Unfortunately,
Exactly.
the way
That's
that
basically
5e works
If
is
Ervir's dying, we use the healing pots.
rarely worth me actually using a spell slot for HP.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
all
like,
good. Like I said, I'm gonna be using
Narlug
my
still got his sturdy.
I'm gonna be using my spirit totem for the heal, so I'll take care of it.
Fair.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah,
gotta get
that'll be
advantage on
fine.
your own time, Ralmir. That's all. I'm sure you've been doing it so well, so I feel like the heal is probably just beneficial, probably more in the long run.
Probably. We could just do like some flanking stuff and
Yeah.
to get my advantage, so we're good.
Yeah, I'll be
What's your
alright.
what?
I got-
Like, are you above 50%?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm above 50% and I got temp HP, so I'm good.
Yeah. You have a fair amount of temp HP, actually.
Yeah,
Narlug
11.
does look bloodied, but only barely. Mike.
He's a wizard. It'll be fine.
What's that? Tis but a flesh wound.
And I'm not really going to be expending first level spell slots in combat, I don't think. But also, I can harness up to second level spell slots.
It's true.
It's
you can-
probably fine.
I got him because I'm
yeah.
gonna heal and then everyone's gonna get a bunch. It's gonna be awesome, I promise. But if no one's hurt,
Ah.
that's not as fun.
What is this
Yeah, I
blue
think we'll leave
circle
it for
for,
now.
out of curiosity?
That was a web, I think, or restrained or something.
Okay.
No, I think that's when we were doing the fireball.
Oh, yeah, you were measuring with
We were
it.
trying to measure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Made a little tiny guy.
Okay.
Bless will have worn off by now.
Yes. So let's remove that. Because it's only a minute, correct?
Yep.
All right. I think Irina's probably checking the damaged bus there, and Octavio's kind of looking around. I don't like how quiet it is in here. Perhaps I ought to hang back a little bit, make sure nothing sneaks up on us from behind. Bad feeling, he says. And you get the feeling he doesn't mean like hang back 100 feet, just like trail a room so that nothing is sneaking up behind you.
Should we sneak up the stairs or should we follow the footprints?
I vote for
There's also some rooms over here.
footprints. If there's someone alive in that other room, we should figure out who they are and why they're here.
Okay.
Of
You get
course.
the feeling like they're two separate events. The footprints lead all the way into this back room, and the voice, or the muffled breathing, is from this room to the north.
Oh, the north.
So, like, footprints kind of come in and then, like, weave somewhere back there. And you are hearing something from here.
And we can probably extrapolate that doorway is connected to this one. That's probably a very similar layout on the opposite side of the building.
Well, who wants to be the one to open the door?
Narlug's gonna actually back down this time.
Probably the one that can check for traps.
Yeah. This sounds like a job for me.
Octavio's attention seems to be focused up the stairs, just making sure
But
nothing's
also-
coming from that way.
Just because we hear a sound similar to muffled breathing doesn't mean that's what it is, necessarily. So
That is
stay
true.
on your toes.
I have my shield ready, my spear ready.
Get the spooky orange arrow.
Okay, it
Take
was,
guidance while you investigate the door.
Sure.
Cool. It was this door, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Revere will have your back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to investigate that door. Where is do I have a guidance button?
It
Is
should
there
be
guidance
underneath your
additional
tools, like
D4?
it should be like
D4,
underneath your
yeah.
tools, like where your thieves
Oh,
tools is and
yeah.
shit.
All right. Yeah, I see it. Okay,
Yeah, it's a
cool.
weird one.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna
All right.
investigate the door. See if there's
Okay.
any type of traps or anything of that nature.
Works for me. So it seems to you that this door probably once did have a fairly elaborate lock. However, the march of time never stops. And it seems pretty rusted out to you now, like to the point where it probably doesn't even really latch anymore. But I think even with a low-ish investigation roll there, you're able to spot that the dust has been disturbed in front of the door, and I think you catch a single drop of blood, kind of half covered by where the door has closed again.
Okay. Is there like actual like
I think you cut out a little
knob
bit
on
there.
there, or is it just like a lock?
It probably would have more of like a handle.
Oh,
But yeah,
is
like I
it
assume you're checking like the keyhole or whatever
actually
for traps. But what you're seeing is like a big like
a
bar
handle?
handle and then a lock behind it, and the lock doesn't seem to work. I think you're cutting out again. I see you moving your hands, but I can't hear anything.
Okay. There's like like it would be like something like on the like the opening on the door, like a kind of like something like attached to like the hinge, so it would be smart to like
Oh,
tie
check all
something
that
to
too.
pull it up.
Oh, oh, you're trying just not to like trip something from engaging the door. There's no real
Yeah.
mechanism. Like this
Okay.
is outdated. This is someone would have had to make a elaborate something hundreds of years ago that had like they had less advanced smithing abilities, right? So like to you, you're thinking like, okay, modern day Faerun, medium high magic, like really skilled artisans, where would I hide a trap? To you, think like an old school skeleton key door where you could look through the keyhole. That's more
Yeah.
what this is.
Okay.
And to you, like you can see clearly there's like a little bit of a gap from where the building has sagged a little bit of time between the doors. You don't see any tripwires, you don't see anything. And I think to you, yeah, you're just like, man, kind of a shitty lock. Completely fell apart. But again,
Gotcha.
you did only roll a 12. That's all I can
Is
give
it
you.
actually that big that he could look through the keyhole?
Yeah, I mean, you could like some of the lock bits are kind of like damaged, and it is dark in there, but you have dark vision.
I'm just gonna take a peek through the peephole though. Do you want me to do another investigation check for that?
I think that'd be perception.
Perception? Okay.
Okay.
9.
You kind of like, you look in and you're having like a little bit of trouble. Your dark vision's kind of instinctual, right? Like your eyes have that second film or whatever that come down. And you're like trying to shade it from the light. You kind of get the dark vision. As you look in, you see like this looks like a storage room to you, but you can't really make out any key details, I don't think. But you do see there's a wall here. So this room on the
Okay.
right is only 20 feet wide, and there would be a 30-foot wide room to your left.
Okay. I guess I'll. I think I should just open it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
got your back. I'll stand up on the steps, aiming at the door.
Okay.
Ready to maybe
I'm just gonna.
Narlug's got his
control flame or
walking stick
something.
pointed and locked.
There you go.
Better yet, Narlug's got his axe in his hand, dude. He's ready to chop.
Okay. I'm just gonna open up this door then.
Fair enough. Go ahead and do it. Narlug woke up today and chose violence.
Yes, he did.
5 barrels lie in wooden braces along the walls of this dark, moldy storage room. It looks to you like these have all kind of cracked and withered with age. Has not been touched in seemingly a very long time, but you do still, with that lingering investigation result, see some blood droplets that seem to head towards the back of the room here. And on the barrels, I will say, you do see the Wizard of Wine's brand, although it looks a little bit different than the modern version, and also the name. It is all labeled as Champagne de l'Estompe, the fancy stuff that only went to Strahd these days.
Oh.
I don't mind going first.
Well,
Yeah, I
step
mean,
in, step in.
Is the blood
um,
obvious to everyone?
I think he probably would have just instinctually, like, pointed it out.
instead, and then the blood trail like leads to like here.
Yeah,
Okay.
behind that last barrel, probably.
I'm going to kind of like see if I could like sneak up to it though and kind of like peek around the corner.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
Give me stealth.
just so I don't like if it is somebody that's I just want to alert them. Yeah.
Mhm. You do realize, I think, that the door probably made some noise, but you can get across that room without letting anyone know that you're there, by your estimation anyway. You know how good you can be at sneaking. So you kind of like slip into the room, kind of carefully press your side, against the barrels and kind of scoot up there. Um, and as you poke your head around just enough to kind of see, he looks, well, I don't know if you'd be able to tell exactly what race. There's somebody with a hood up, kind of like fully curled into a ball. They have a dagger, but you can see the dagger doesn't have any blood on it. And they are heavily bleeding from a large wound in their shoulder. And they're just kind of like, they've got the shakes. They're just kind of like rocking back and forth.
Okay. I'm just gonna wave over your rear to check this out.
Fair enough.
He seems like a heal.
Healing situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Irvier stomping up around the corner is definitely going to alert the guy, and I don't know if Irvier knows that there's someone in here.
Yeah, you heard him for
so
sure.
he'll probably, in a very
That's true.
normal spoken tone, announce himself as Irvier Hollowbrook, a cleric of Kellenvor, here from Valaki to investigate Argenvolstol, and that he knows there is someone in the room and they appear to be injured, and ask if they would like help. Say that he is here with friends for healing and protection.
Okay. Ralmir, you're probably still keeping an eye on the guy, so I think you see him like kind of have that debate with himself, like, do I trust this? Do I not? But there's like a very clear slump of his shoulders, like he doesn't have a choice, and a very meek voice calls out, I'm back here. Please, I don't know if I can stand up.
We'll cautiously approach and try to like keep his distance around the corner as he comes around so as not to get ambushed.
And like it's certainly a reasonable concern, but as you take in the sight of this guy, like he probably could not stand up. You can see from the angle where you can look directly on him rather than kind of like up and over. He definitely has a broken leg. That left arm is like barely hanging on there. And he's kind of like wrapped what he could around it with the other arm, but this is like true triage. Like this guy barely survived whatever scrape he was in. And there is a dagger in his hand, but like looking up at you, I think he just kind of lets it drop to the floor. From Valaki, you said. Please, any aid you could offer. And he reaches back and he pulls back the hood. And while he looked pale to you at first, probably from blood loss, he actually just is gray, you would assume. As the hood falls back, you can see the pointed ears of one of the Dusk Elves. Please.
First things first, Eyes of the Grave.
Okay. And that is in sight, correct?
Yes.
This guy
As long
is
as they
alive.
do not have total cover.
Yes. This guy is alive. This is not an undead.
And then I guess a medicine check to get an idea of his rough HP.
I mean, quite low. It's not something you'd estimate like numerically in your head, I don't think, but like under a quarter. And this guy
Guy's
is
fucked
not
up.
not some like big shot adventurer. This is somebody with more skill than a commoner, but yeah, they're real hurt.
I guess seeing that he is a Dusk Elf, Irvi would first say, if you don't mind, then go to heal, but also ask if he knows Casimir.
Yes, all of us at this point do. In fact, he's most of our great, well, you get the idea, grandparent of some sort or another. The few of us that are left. And he would not shy away if you reach out to heal him.
Yeah, I'll burn a level 1 cure wounds and see where that puts us.
Sure. Okay. I guess he is not actually on the map, huh? Let's see, layer, token layer. Sorry, I thought I had moved him down. With kind of an audible snap, like some of the bones realign in his leg, and the shoulder wound knits at least closed, and there's like a distinct gosh, one never imagines healing magic to hurt. Oh, but thank you. And he kind of like tests the leg, bends the knee a little bit and kind of rolls the shoulder. Oh, I thought I was a goner for certain. And he like shakily tries to get to his feet. And will extend a hand for like the typical like forearm.
Yeah, Irvi,
handshake.
of course, would help him up.
My name is Savid. As I said, I'm from the Dusk Elf settlement outside Valaki. I was ambushed in the woods, looking for that little Vistana girl. I don't even know when. Might have been days ago at this point. A whole bunch of little prickly plant monsters.
You must have been here for a while. We
He
have rescued the little girl, and we've killed all of those prickly plant monsters.
As far as you know.
As far as we know. They could probably make more. But we killed like a few hundred.
Yes. Well, that's certainly good news on both fronts. Like I said, I'm not sure how long I've been here. I've been kind of having to spend most of my time in trance just to maintain any sort of consciousness. And he shakes his head. I'm glad I blundered across the manor. I haven't been here in a century or more, but, well, Argenvost was always welcoming, back, well, before. And he kind of fidgets. I'm glad to hear you found the girl, though. Hopefully she was all right?
She was. Our friends and I were, particularly our swifter friends, were very fast and key in order to save her in time. But yes, all is well for now. Why don't we head back into the main room where there's a bit more air to breathe and get you some food to start getting your strength up again? I don't think you're making that trek back without us.
That would be wonderful. Yes, thank you. And he will slowly follow along, and kind of find himself out here in plain view of everybody. You get the feeling this guy's like, now that you can kind of fully see him, earlier you'd be kind of fumbling a little bit in the dark, kind of lit by your healing spell there, that far into the interior of the building.
I forgot it was dark in there. I probably would have lit
That's okay.
something.
But yeah, you get the clear impression that this guy is a scout or a hunter of some sort. And also that small bit of healing by your standards probably put him pretty close to full.
Yeah, if his bones are straight again and the wound's closed, that's probably good enough.
Yeah, he's got some like minor scuffs and stuff, but again, they're days old wounds. The only one that was like really life threatening was the arm, but he wasn't going anywhere with a broken leg. Um, and yeah, he kind of looks around and it's a bit of an eclectic group, but that must mean you're from beyond the fog then.
Correct. We've been here for, a week now?
Yeah, I think a little more than a 10-day, give or take, in total.
I don't remember. Neither does Irvir.
But, well, then there are a few things I should probably tell you, at least about the manor. What I've heard, anyway. You're familiar with the Order of the Silver Dragon, at least in name?
In name. There's a revenant that travels the roads that we were able to get it from.
Ah, yes, I've come across him once or twice. Not ever been much of a conversationalist in my experience, but, well, things always get a little bit strange when there are visitors. Anyway, the order was named for, well, unsurprisingly, a singular silver dragon, Argenvost himself. Used to gallivant around as a human, and he kind of gestures at the busts that surround the walls here. Sort of changing every few years, so things didn't seem to get too strange for him. I never met the man himself. A little bit before my time. I'm only 260 years old. He says casually. Ayaka Bachi
Irvir
over there,
definitely
like,
furrows
yes,
his
yes.
brow.
Still a young man.
All you fuckers.
Barely over his
But
adolescence.
unfortunately, by the time I came along, Strahd and his soldiers had already slain the dragon himself. We don't usually come here anymore. Like I said, I heard it was welcoming back in the day, but there's all sorts of, in my opinion, superstition. People say his ghost haunts the manor, but, well, in all the time I was here, I heard one or two pairs of fairly human-sounding footsteps, and that was it. He shrugs. Sorry, I know I'm rambling. I haven't seen another living soul in, like I said, who knows how long. I can't possibly thank you enough. And he kind of like, you see him like instinctively check his pockets for anything to like give you as thanks and kind of wince. I'm sure Casimir would be willing to reward you. But, well, I'm sort of out of supplies and everything at this point.
I'll walk up to the elf and I'll be like, "Do you want to help?"
Well, that would be predicated on what I'd be helping with, but if you're here exploring and you have a skilled healer with you, my curiosity is certainly piqued.
Does he need a weapon?
He has a short bow and like 3 arrows left, and the dagger he was holding. Um, Weapon, no, but he does eye your quiver. But a few arrows wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, I'll give him what he wants. What does he want, like 5 arrows?
Yeah,
4, 5,
just enough to,
15.
have a few in reserve. I'll
I
fire
mean,
mine first.
I could give him some of my arrows too. I'd like never use my bow, so
Fair enough. Yeah, so you guys
You
want to hand him
already
uh,
had
over like
one.
5 from each of you?
Yeah, I have more than
yeah,
13 is plenty.
Okay.
yeah.
Once.
Um, yeah,
Um,
I'll give him 5 of mine.
sure. All right. So I will mark down that arrow counter for him. Thank you. That's very generous.
As far as the reward goes, I'm fairly certain that Casimir's and our interests are aligned very closely. So one will probably not be necessary, as I'm sure we'll be working hand in hand in the near future.
And you see him kind of study you for a moment. I see. Well, if Casimir was forthcoming with what he wants, then it's good to know we'll have a few outsiders on board. We haven't been able to rouse any of the locals into helping.
Part of why we're here.
Mm,
We were
he,
hoping that some revenants may be around and have enough of themselves left to participate.
mhm. Um, he would nod. I could honestly see it being something we get ourselves involved in, but you must understand there aren't that many of us, and, well, a few are just innocents, for lack of a better word. But I have no doubt that Casimir will send several of us to assist you if you ask. And at this point, I owe you one.
We wouldn't force it on you, but when the time comes, if you're willing, I'm sure we'd be grateful for your help.
He'd nod. As for, well, where we find ourselves now, I'm afraid there's not much I could tell you. I sort of staggered into the first room that I tried the door on. And he kind of like glances past Rictavio towards the giant spider corpse curled up in the ballroom over there and goes, and I'm glad it wasn't that one. Um, if you don't mind, until I get my wits back around me, I'll let one of you take point. Better with this anyway. And he holds up the bow. But he will just like have an arrow kind of lazily at the ready by his side.
I think I have a feeling what this door leads to. I definitely would like to check out and see what's over here.
Sure. Go ahead and pop that open.
Yeah, I'll walk up cautiously with my shield, and then I'll try to open it real slow like.
Okay.
I'll go relatively behind him.
Sure.
All right. Or I'll help reach then.
Crack the door. This wood paneled den, and go ahead and open the other door too so you can see properly, has been ransacked, its furnishings thrown about the room. A cold, dark hearth dominates the west wall between 2 narrow windows. Standing upright against the north wall is a sarcophagus made of black wood, with the ancient queen's effigy carved into its lid.
Sarcophagus?
Yep.
Or if it just says, don't you dare.
Well, what's it say? I'll try to read
You
it.
can look, but don't touch.
Uh-oh.
I assume it's this.
Yes.
I'm just gonna look at it and see. I'm not gonna touch it. I'll see what it says. If I can see the let's see what language it is.
Okay. So you're walking up there, Irva, you're kind of hanging back. Romir, what are you doing?
I'm kind of paranoid about the spiders though, so I guess do a perception check for spiders on the ceiling too.
Sure, go ahead and roll it. You look up, and though there are a few cobwebs in the corners, certainly nothing large enough to hide a giant spider.
Okay, well that's good.
Um, so,
I
Akabachi,
guess I
you
could.
go ahead.
Guess I could do just investigate like this fireplace, though, see if there is anything in it.
Okay. Um, so as you step up to the fire, I need everybody before that roll happens to roll initiative, please.
Yeah.
Bump, 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 bump.
And as you step up to
Yeah, Narla coming
investigate
out
the
swinging.
hearth, oh yeah, Narlug's awake. Um, a fire erupts in the dead hearth and assumes a draconic form. It
Oh,
hisses,
shit.
crackles, and unfurls its smoky wing. And also, as you roll initiative, I need all three of you, please, to make a dexterity saving throw. As the wings unfurl, fire rolls across the room.
Wait, don't I have stuff with it?
Yeah, real good.
I believe you have
Evasion.
evasion,
Resistance
yeah.
fire.
Evasion.
Oh,
Yep.
yep. Oh, good.
So even on a fail, you will take only half. So that's a 16, right? You don't have advantage on
Yes.
that.
That was Ervir's 16.
Yes, just making sure.
Oh.
Yep.
I still need to save from Rolmir. Akabachi successful as
Dexterity.
well.
God, my rolls are so bad today.
Natural 1. However, you only take half, even on a failure. So all of you take half of 22, so 11 points of fire damage.
I'm gonna.
And this wave sets most of the room on fire. Go ahead,
My
Akabachi.
bad. I'm gonna absorb those elements.
Okay, fair enough.
And
I do
doesn't
not.
Frank have resistance to fire? Or is that the other one?
I think hellish resistance. Yeah, I'm resistant to fire damage.
Okay, in that
Nice.
case, you take 5 as it is quartered. Man, you should be fireballing this man more often.
I mean, well, now I can do the so you don't have to like cloak me basically, especially if I pass then I just don't take damage. So that's
So yes, to describe again, Ayakabachi, basically, this is not a full-size dragon, but think like kind of young dragon-sized, almost looks like a fire elemental with a draconic form.
Nice.
And seeing that most of you are fairly unharmed by this initial, effect, I think its eyes probably lock on Ralmir, who seems the least injured. But you are up first.
Okay. Do I see where this thing is?
In the fire, like
It's
where
in the
a fire
fireplace?
would burn in the fireplace, yeah.
Okay. Then I am going to. Do I think it can reach me from where I'm at as far as I can attack?
Maybe with something ranged, but not from melee, no.
Okay.
This
What
thing's
if I'm
probably
being
like,
threatened?
again, think like bonfire sized. You are not currently being threatened
Okay,
by your
then
estimation.
I am going to. Let's see. Make my way out here. That's 25. And I will
Okay.
use a second level spell to summon a beast of the land all up in that thing's face.
Okay.
My little dude. And then I will probably just do that. I'll move my other 10 feet right there, and then I will end my turn and
Okay.
attack with the beast.
Go for it, beast.
It's just an 8.
I am afraid an 8 does not connect.
And that is it for my turn.
Okay. Rolmir.
um well. So is he like just like only in the
Basically
here?
next to where the dog is, yes. Not too big. Think like Labrador sized.
Labrador says. It doesn't really seem to hurt me all that much, so I'm gonna just. He got pack tactics, right?
Yeah.
He does have pack tactics.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I'll stab him.
Okay. That will connect. Give me damage. Okay. So you stab the rapier into this, semi-solid thing. Um, and it's kind of a weird thing, right? So it's basically made of fire. So you stab the sword into it, and it kind of glances awkwardly off of the floor of this big stone fireplace. But as the sparks, kind of the rapier hitting the stone, kind of mix with this thing's body, it begins to come apart. Um, Almost more like an illusion disrupted than anything, but there is heat coming off of it. You can feel it. And seeing that, I think both Ayakobachi, well, I don't know if it would connect that with you, but seeing that Ralmir made an aggressive move against it, as it fades, it turns to you, Ervir. Um, and in a hissing, raspy breath, it says, "My knights have fallen into darkness.
Oh shit.
Save them
Oh.
if you can. Show them the light that they have lost." And with that, the fire crackles and burns out. We are out of initiative.
Oh, okay.
Orville just looks back and forth at the two. Are you happy with yourselves?
Is it still there?
I should note that while most of the debris around the periphery of the room is on fire, the sarcophagus is not.
I'm gonna go read that sarcophagus, whatever that guy was on about.
Okay. Taking a close look at it.
Yeah, I just want to read the words, see if I know the language. Not gonna
Sure.
touch it.
Effigy being like a image, so it's not text, but it's the like figure of a very regal looking woman, hands crossed over her chest, eyes closed, clearly with a crown, carved to show like a very fine dress. And even the jewelry, like the earrings, the necklace, while they're not a real like removable piece of jewelry, have been gilded and like have little tiny looking at them, you think they're probably glass, not actual precious stones, but have like gems set in them. But on a close investigation, I think you see there's a seam down the middle, which strikes you as unusual for a sarcophagus. You would think like big lid slid to the side, not like a hinged door.
Right. Well, I'll tell Erver this is maybe up his alley, and maybe just go and listen to see what's on the other side of this door, and have Pooch come with me.
Fair enough.
I guess the Nervier will look.
Yeah, maybe this.
Although I
Okay.
assume he gets mostly the same. That it's odd for a sarcophagus to not be a single piece.
Yes.
Or the top of it anyway.
The top being like a lid. And if you're kind of like taking a look and you are taking in like what you know about burial practices and everything, you wouldn't think hinges on both sides would be normal either. And you can see where the lid was fixed to the rest of it, kind of after the fact. And there's also some weird, like on sides, there are nails that kind of maybe like 12 inches apart seem to be set running all the way down both sides.
Nails that run down both sides, like it was meant to
Like-
fasten the lid, or
To fasten
something. This is an
inside.
Iron Maiden.
No. Like I'm
Okay.
talking like 2 nails, 12 inches, 2 nails, 12 inches, 2 nails. And they look like normal carpentry nails to you.
It
But
would be
this,
odd for this to be an actual burial place, though, too.
Yeah, this is like, looks to you like this was a sitting room or something.
Almost like a vanity instead of a sarcophagus.
That's
That's
not
just
a
what I'm
bad
picturing in my
comparison.
head.
Yeah, that's not a bad comparison. And also, again, like say you were an ancient vampire and you were choosing where to put your coffin, probably not in front of two big open
Yeah.
windows.
Well, would this be something I could like possibly do a religion check on?
I think it'd be history, if anything.
History?
Um, and yeah, as you guys are kind of like considering it, you notice that there have been modifications made to the front where it looks like under her elbows has been like slightly hollowed out almost to make handles.
Well, not great, but
All right. This is a tough roll to get any real info out of because it is from a very long time ago from a land you are not from. However, I think you would probably recognize because you and Narlug both looked over some of the like history books that you found from way back in Barovia Village. I think you recognize like the style. This probably was one of the original human inhabitants of the valley, maybe some of the original nobility that was here before Strahd invaded with his elven army and killed everyone. Um, Later in time than Ayakobachi, finding the spear that seemed to belong to that tribe of barbarians way back in the day. But again, several hundred years old. And you just recognize this must have been a noble burial, but I don't think you would know a name or what she was known for off of a 16.
But it was a burial. Does it
Pres-
smell like death?
Mostly it smells like musty old wood and alcohol.
But like I do, if I get real close to the sarcophagus and give it a good whiff in the center crack, I don't get like corpse.
Yeah, I kind of assumed you did. No sign of corpse. If anything, yeah, like booze and perfume.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Let's pop this bad boy open.
Fair enough. So yeah, you find
um,
like again those indents under the elbows probably are handles, and with the hinges on the side, you get the feeling that you just kind of open it up like a double-doored cabinet.
oh, I got a
Um,
crowbar.
well, if you try it, the hinges work.
No, it's lame.
No sign of a lock or a latch. Sorry, and the reason becomes immediately obvious. Inside appears to be a mostly ruined, like, wine cabinet. There are a number of broken bottles and shattered goblets, but there are two things that stand out. There is a bottle of Champagne de l'Estompe, dated 320 years ago, that seems to still have a cork and most of its contents. Um, One would assume over that amount of time, a small amount of liquid would evaporate. And also a extraordinarily shiny crystal goblet that seems to be completely unharmed amidst a whole bunch of other crystal goblets that have either fallen over or were destroyed by the explosion that just went off in the room. You'd wager that
Mm,
bottle of wine probably would go for a reasonably high price, and you're not sure what to make of the goblet other than it looks spotless despite the decay of everything else
Viciously
in here.
spotless.
Unusually.
Does Narlock have detect magic?
He does, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see. I don't know if I took it because Irvir has it.
Or,
Yes.
or
Oh
either
yeah, maybe
or
he
though,
could
just to
learn it.
do.
Chew a wizard,
Just
though,
to do.
so if you take 10 minutes.
Yes, both of them have ritual casting actually.
Yeah, but wizards can do it, they don't have to prepare it.
Yeah, but I don't even have it learned.
Oh, well,
Hmm.
there's that,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I'd say I do detect magic on the goblet. It's because how it hasn't taken any sort of damage after I kind of
Yeah, it puts my hairs
ruffled
on
up the room.
too. Well, guys want to take a siesta while I get cracking.
Fair enough. Yeah, so it takes about 10 minutes. There is mostly silence while this is happening. Now, Ayakobachi, I know you said you're listening at the door. You don't hear anything directly beyond it, But if you're spending that time kind of like paying close attention over there, I think you would hear a scrape up above somewhere. Maybe in the room directly beyond, or maybe slightly over to the right. Hard to say. But just like a single like sliding noise of something heavy being repositioned upstairs up above you.
I'll say, my good doggo, please, protect me, and I will then switch to Webword and go check that out.
Okay.
A canine.
Let's see. So that is quite a ways away for Webword, but would be like definitely across the hall and down here somewhere.
He'll dash and see what's going on.
Fair enough.
You got like 40 feet of movement.
Let me take a look.
Wait, can you ritual identify?
He can.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Scuttling across the main hall. It's not a new description here. You've already saw that to the west. You know, there's another staircase that goes up there as well. To your right, I think you would spot, like kind of as you move here. There's definitely like a different. This is a wood flooring. And you see some sort of curtain covering an alcove over there. But if you're looking for where you're going,
Yep.
further down that
Climb back up
hallway,
on that ceiling and start to,
scuttle your way down.
yeah.
You catch a very brief glimpse into this room, seeing that it seems to be some sort of bedroom, and you come to a hallway here.
Alright.
And you would assume, let's see, so 25. This T-shaped hallway has branches to the west, east, and south. 3 arched windows in the north wall look out over the foggy grounds. You would assume to your left is where that sound came from, but you do not currently see anything moving.
We'll try to go over there and try to sneak through one of the little cracks on the door if it has any.
Okay. No cracks like in the door, but the door itself has plenty of space for him to just like
right through.
This room, go ahead and move yourself, or I'll just do it. Boop. This room is littered with the wreckage of ancient bunk beds. 5 dirt-caked windows allow precious little light to enter, and between them are 4 empty armor stands. Empty torch sconces line the walls. And I think Webword, your spider, see into kind of like that weird infrared that human eyes do not. While you don't see anything solid, in the drifting dust, illuminated by the shafts of light pouring in through the windows, he definitely catches sight of 3 indistinct figures. The dust slightly moves around like a humanoid shape in a couple of spots in there. And as you watch, they don't seem to have noticed you in any way. One of them takes like a half step and then another, and nudges against some rubble on the floor that slides as though kicked by a toe. And downstairs, your main body would hear the scrape again of something moving across the floor.
Well, Webward would come back out here, and then he'll hide in the corner, and I'll become Yakobachi, and I'll fill in the group on what I have heard and seen, what I haven't seen. Some invisible creatures of some kind, or maybe they're spirits or something. Maybe they're exactly what we're looking for, but they seem to be above us.
Savid munching on a dried bit of meat that Irina would have shared with him from her trail rations. We'll all be fucked. There really are ghosts.
It'll be a worthy hunt.
Yeah, ghosts are a thing.
No, I meant here. I know ghosts are a thing. He kind of rolls his eyes. I'm not 90 anymore.
Yeah, why? You were all the same child.
He's not a child, but yeah, he seems to have perked up a little bit. You say indistinct figures, not dragony?
Well, I couldn't tell looking through Webward's eyes, but
Hmm.
They seem to be translucent, and all I could see was them kicking things around or dust on them, but nothing in particular. No distinct details.
Kind of thinks. Well, I mean, there used to be what was it, 40 knights here at one point? He shrugs. Hopefully they're not all still around.
Fortunately, Argenvost himself seemed to make a plea to us in regards to his knights having lost their light. So, we're probably not here on a recruitment mission anymore.
He thinks. Trying to remember if there's anything from the histories that would track with, but kind of shrugs. Maybe it is just lost their way? And he thinks, oh, no, there did used to be a beacon that burned here somewhere. I remember was never described as a light, but some sort of ever-burning fire?
Can I assume that I know silver dragons breathe fire since I watched one do it?
You actually would assume, I don't think that they do. They breathe frost. And in fact, the silver dragon trap out front, though it kind of
I
only
remember the
breathes
statue is supposed to be
refrigerated
cold,
air.
but
Yeah,
our fireplace burned.
it did.
Piece of shit, dragon spirit.
I think gold is fire.
Also, while I'm doing detect magic shit, probably have Narlug in parallel just cast Identify on the goblet, because that
Might
seems
as
to
well.
be
Gonna
an
call Narlug
efficient
over?
use of time.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if
Um,
it is something, now we know what it is. If it's not
Yeah.
something, well, I looked at everything else.
So all of this kind of happens simultaneously. Some scouting, some conversation. You can look up from your ritual and kind of puzzle it out. We'll do detect magic first. The goblet, clearly magical, but as you realize that, kind of Narlug's already telling you what it is. But the room, um, remnants of some fairly potent magic from where things have now kind of burned out. But you also, from where, let's see, it's blocked by a foot of stone. I guess I can search it. Detect.
Struck Michael.
He is being a crybaby.
Yeah.
I hear him being a crybaby. 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal. Thin sheet of lead or 3 feet of wood or dirt. I think you would catch like the faintest whiff. A strong signal, but you can't really get a lock on it from upstairs where Ayakubachi had indicated. And I think through some of the cracks in the floor above you, a hint of magic directly above as well. Narlug, you finish identifying this goblet.
Mhm.
And as you kind of roll it over in your hands, you can feel the tingle of magic even as you're working on it, as the identify ritual begins to go. An early part of the spell to make sure you're not wasting your time on something not magical. And you focus, and it's like puzzle pieces coming together in your head. And first you're like, yep, definitely magic. Some sort of high-level abjuration, very, well-made crystal base, and your eyes snap open as realization comes to you, but it's probably kind of a disappointing one. This is just simply enchanted, but it is indestructible.
Ooh, sounds like a nice throwing item.
Oh, I got plant. I could use that for stuff.
For scams.
Scams.
Okay.
Break this simple glass thing and goblet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So
no, that was the first thing that came to my mind.
you do get the feeling that it might be valuable just because of the magic. It certainly would be like for any of the nobility you've come across, like something to show off. Um, but yeah, both that and the bottle of wine you would assume are probably reasonably valuable.
Yep. I think we should definitely go check upstairs, but I want to check this room really quick just to make sure there's nothing in here.
There's magic upstairs, by the way.
Yeah, in the same room that Webword was checking out, so we should go do that, but I want to see what's in this room.
Okay,
Just
go
real
ahead and
quick.
pop that open.
Just a quick 5-minute adventure.
Quick 5-minute adventure. Roll initiative. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Tattered
That's
velvet
what-
drapes cover the tall, slender windows that encircle this parlor. The furnishings are covered with dust and cobwebs and lie in disarray. A damaged brass chandelier hangs from the ceiling, which is covered with a faded mural that depicts metallic dragons and colorful birds flying beneath white clouds. Unfortunately, it seems to you that both time and neglect have damaged most things in this room.
Is this like a draped, like drapes? These little squiggles.
Yes, so that's where like the murals would be
Murals.
hanging.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking. Okay, cool. Well, I'm just gonna look around. There's another door, but I'm gonna
there's
look
another door.
around and see if I see anything interesting. Just doing investigations to make sure I don't miss anything.
Sure, go for it.
It's just
As far as you can tell, like I said, most things in here have just kind of rotted away with time. But there's no sign of any real, like, movement through this room anytime recently. But as you look around, that's a pretty high investigation roll. I think you notice that it's particularly dusty on the floor. And as you look up, the rafters are particularly not dusty. Like whatever activity you heard up above probably repeats often enough that it knocks all of the dust free from the ceiling.
Okay. Well, I'll let the group decide if we
um
go, if we check out this door, if we whatever. Yeah. What do you want to do, Ramir?
Sure.
is this like a cabinet with stuff in it, or
It looks like it probably once had stuff in it, but mostly it's just like the shelves have rotted and collapsed, and it's just like
okay?
broken bits of pottery and crystal just kind of scattered along the floor in
And
front of
then
it.
is the mural like still intact, or is that pretty ravaged too?
They're intact enough that you can make out what's there. They're certainly not like particularly fancy anymore. Faded with the sun, but weaving something like this is difficult. So if you're looking for value, like you could potentially cut the curtains down.
I'm just seeing if there was like any like hidden like clues like in the mural.
Okay. Um,
Um,
interesting. Yeah, go ahead and give me investigation or history, your choice.
investigation.
Okay.
Damn.
Ay.
I don't know. Is it? My guidance still good, or should I take that
No,
off?
guidance is single use.
Oh, okay.
I feel like, I mean, a nine's not a lot, but it's enough again to recognize like the dragons shown here are the metallic kind, not the chromatic kind. That being, brass, silver, etc. The good aligned dragons. Um, although I think the one thing you might spot is that yes, colorful birds. The birds seem to be flying away from where each of the dragons kind of sits in sort of a majestic pose centered on the mural. And each of the colored birds, you have a red, a blue, green, white, and black, seem to be the assumed enemy of their metallic counterparts. There are 5 and 5, and there are some that particularly hate each other. And it seems to you like each of these is showing the metallic dragon being triumphant as the chromatic bird, a less threatening flying thing, flees away under cloud cover. Seems a little bit arrogant to you, but that's about all you get.
You said one of the colors of the birds was black.
Yes. Would probably
I
be a
wanna
crow in that instance.
Yeah, I was wondering if it had any correlation to the other birds that are around here.
Um, I don't know if you'd be able to draw that assumption from that roll.
Or if it's just a nice looking painting.
I think you get the feeling it's probably more just like a general, like it's not a specific raven from Barovia. But I believe the black dragon would be opposite the brass dragon. Zeki, I think you might know more about that kind of lore than I do. Those are the two acid ones.
So, gold is fire, silver is frost, bronze is lightning, copper's
Oh, lightning.
acid, and
Copper. I'm sorry, not brass.
brass is the poison, I believe. I was just trying to figure out what the poison was, and once you said brass, I was like, oh shit, I think it's brass.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think you can draw a connection necessarily to the
Okay.
crows here. But yeah, so what would you like to do? There are still, I know we're running a little bit out of time. We got about half an hour to 35 minutes till Dave needs to head out.
Yep.
But would you like to progress through that closed door to the east, or do you want to go back and check sort of on the footprint path that you were originally thinking?
We can go fuck up those invisible dudes, and maybe at least go talk to them. Maybe we don't have to fuck them up.
Was there a rampart or roof to the keep when we walked in? Would it be easily surmisable that there was some sort of top level where a
Yes, yeah.
giant brazier might be?
I would think probably yes. There are a number of sort of like crenellated structures up above, and also above the chapel there was a fairly tall spire, and I think you probably would have caught um, a tower out back as well. Not like horribly higher than the rest of the structure, but tall enough to peek over the roof.
Your suggestion will be to find that before we do much else, on the off chance that it brings sanity back to some of the denizens that may or may not be around.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
As far as you have seen so far, your path upstairs probably lays in the main hall.
Yeah, I'll lead the way since I kind of saw his web word. I'll kind of point it out.
Sure.
Have my K9 follow me.
All right, so you guys are moving upstairs. I think I'm gonna have to just move you.
Yeah, I'll be first.
Okay. I will take Narlog and Irving.
All right, PC's doing. They chilling.
So I was just about to describe. So I think Savid's sticking with you. Rectavia will stay at the bottom of the stairs for now, but will linger a little bit behind. I think Irina sticks with you, Irvir. And I'm getting you a roll mirror. He kind of stays like middle of the pack. Bo at the ready. So wait, correct me if I'm wrong. We're heading towards the ghosts?
Yes.
Yeah, there are.
Yes.
Maybe.
Okay. And I think Irina would reassure him, it'll be fine. They know what they're doing. At least so far.
We wing it a lot. It tends to work out.
I'll lead the way and I'll point down this hallway.
Yeah, he'll like peek around the corner.
At some point, I'll
Let's
roll a
see.
stealth check whenever I need to get close enough.
Fair enough. I think, let's see, how far are you? You're like, might as well, once you kind of cross there. So that is just like open air. Narlook, there you go.
Oh, okay. I was like, where'd everybody go?
I can like point out like little like creaks in like the floor though to give them like help them get advantage on the sneak roll.
Sure.
Is that the way to combat, or is that a way up top?
That seems to be towards the ghosty goos. But as far as you've seen, this is the furthest up you've been able to go for now. But I will remind you of the description here. So the main area, there are at the west end of each balcony here is an archway that leads to a spiral staircase going up.
Hmm.
It may be a fool's errand, but my thought was that if we're being given a hint from an NPC about another hint from an NPC, check that out first, just in case. Worst case scenario, we go up there and go, no, that shit ain't gonna work, and go back down and sweep. But
Well, that is fair.
also, I'm not clear on if those were ghosts or if it was just too dark for Webward to tell the actual shape through a window.
Transparent. No, Webber got into the room.
Oh, okay. So it was
Just
probably a
lit
ghost.
by the windows, like kind of barely filtering around some sort of silhouettes. Think, like the connect dots in
Yeah.
whatever Paranormal Activity movie that is. That, but dust is kind of what you're looking at.
I figured it was
Is that
Phasmophobia
3?
dots.
Yeah, or Phasmophobia dots.
There you go.
But yeah, okay, so 17 to stealth. Go ahead and lead the way. I think we will probably also stealth.
The doggy.
Stealth. Submit.
He's not the most quiet doggy.
He's not the most quiet doggy. Soviet seems reasonably sneaky. So, how closely are people following Aqua?
I'm gonna follow them.
Not close, because they're being sneaky.
There. But Ralmir, how closely are you following him?
Maybe like 10, 15 feet behind, just to give it
Okay.
a little bit of space, but not like right on top of them.
Fair enough. Hang on one second.
Oh, okay. So I was like, oh fuck, a spider.
No, that is
No.
that is your spider. Um. doo, 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 doo. Okay. Narlug. Wait. Hang on. I need to measure some shit here.
Oh shit.
60 or 30, Mike?
For
On
what?
detect.
For detect magic.
Detect magic?
Uh-huh.
Let me double check here.
It's 30.
Level, it
I know
is 30
Pathfinder is
feet.
60, but it's 30. Okay. So in that case, you notice nothing amiss as Narla, or not Narla, as Ralmir and Ayakobachi step over that threshold. And with a pulse of magic that kind of washes down the hallway, the floor and ceiling grow together to create a solid stone wall, cutting off that hallway.
Here.
No. I cannot fucking select that. That's so annoying. Here.
Ah.
And, yeah, we basically see, yes, the stone of the structure flows almost like, water until it crashes together and creates a solid wall there. I think you two immediately recognize that that's cut off. At the same moment, you notice the bars on the windows. And Webward is barely not squished by the door slamming open, and suddenly far more solid than they previously appeared. Kind of going to be in that same square as Webward. Spectral figures appear to you. Looking like the remnants, perhaps, of warriors from ages past. You can clearly see... oh my god, the selection around all of the fucking map things. You can clearly see at least 4 in the hallway and several more through the doors. Roll
Okay.
for initiative, please.
Ba, ba, ba.
Let's pop out that turn tracker. Oh, they didn't end up on that layer. Okay, hang on. Sorry, it's worse than it looks.
About to get real.
All right. We need initiative. Actually, let's do this the smart way. I'm gonna mark you, so I know who's tracking.
There you go.
Okay. And then you need an initiative roll. And we're just gonna have NPCs act on his turn. Sort. Narlug.
Attaboy Narlo.
You feel the activation of that down the hallway, and I think as your attention is kind of drawn back that direction, you spot that the knights that are carved along the handrails that you were leaning against, all of their eyes follow you as you move.
That's creepy.
What would you like to do?
That's a good question because we got a solid wall in front of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna
I
like
think
walk right here around the corner.
I think maybe an Arcana might let you know what that was.
Okay. We'll hit it with a little thought action here.
Yeah. Give it to you for free. Ooh. I don't think you'd know with a 10 though, unfortunately. Yes, magic for sure. Sorry.
If only I had like Dispel or some shit.
Hmm.
And if I would have seen it, could have counterspelled it, but nope. Out of the way. Narlo's just gonna kind of, I guess, move over from there
Hmm.
and just kind of, let's see, how far is it? That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's actually gonna go right here inside this door.
Okay. I will give you a full description of this room. 2 beds with torn canopies stand against opposite walls, with a tattered rug lying on the floor between them. Set into the far wall is a fireplace, black with soot. A soft hiss issues from the hearth.
Dash is an action, right?
That's just movement.
Yeah, I know. But to take the dash action, that's an action, right?
Oh, yeah. If you dash,
Okay.
then yes, it is an
Yeah,
action.
I'm gonna
Yeah, so
do
you have a
that.
bonus
5,
action
10,
remaining.
15, 25, 30. I kind of look
Okay.
out this window to see if I can peep where they're at. Like, do I see it? Yeah, I can't really see shit. There's no windows over there.
No, unfortunately, no windows in this wall. However, as you move close to the fireplace, boop. Is that out of your vision somehow?
Yeah.
Okay, well, hang on. We're just gonna like
For the
put
sake
you
of
here so
description,
you
I'll.
can see it.
Yeah.
Yes. A small hissing dragon made of ash and smoke erupts from the fireplace, filling the room with soot as it beats its wings. And we're gonna add a turn for you.
Oh shit.
But yeah, as it like shoots out of the fireplace and just kind of as its initial spawn is going to take a quick move here. It kind of like arches its back and hisses at you almost like a cat. But it does not take any immediate aggressive action towards you.
Okay.
But it gives you like the "don't fuck with me" stance that cats do, and that's about it. All right. Anything with your bonus action?
Yeah, Gnarly's just gonna misty step right outside the room.
Okay.
Bam.
Fair enough. Ayakobachi.
Ayakobachi
Are
is
you
also...
are you yelling anything, Narlug, or you just
Misty
run
step.
in?
Boom, and just go.
Yeah.
Misty Step!
I think it could be inferred there's something bad in there, but yeah. Okay, Akabachi.
I am going to also do a brain check to see if I can tell what the hell this thing is.
Go for it.
Brain check with Arcana.
14. What level is this? It's a 5th level spell. However, it's so obvious. I'm going to give you the DC 15 on a 14. It's Wall of Stone.
Classic.
Huh.
Classic. Alright, that's a pretty thick wall.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna walk over, look at Ralmir, and I'll say, to the end. I'll fight with him. And I am going to use my 4th level spell slot. I don't like using this
Okay.
before I can tell what these guys can do, but we're gonna use it. What are these? These guys are probably like some type of ghouly ghost dudes. What type of
Gotta
damage
break
do
some
they do?
concentration, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of my dog. My dog!
Okay.
And which one do we want?
I think you get the distinct sense if you're looking for like a general threat level. The only thing that you've seen that like can manifest as a full like spectral figure is like a whole ass ghost, and that's usually bad news. These guys are holding. Oh no, they're not. I guess it's all in. They wouldn't have any physical equipment. So whatever these are seems to be some sort of incorporeal
Screw it, we're
creature.
going with the gut. We're summoning our Earth Elemental Malar, and
Okay.
he is getting summoned all up in their juice.
That
And
does seem like probably a good idea.
we are also then going to use the bonus action to get the unicorn and get our unicorn on.
Okay. Protection of those to regulate blah blah blah. In addition, you cast a spell uses in the aura. It doesn't even say each creature of your choice that you can see.
Just says
Wow.
aura, yeah. So we'll do that. We will end the turn, and then Malar is going to, a little sliver of him is going to attack just this one right here.
Okay. Do the. Oh, I guess it's not an immunity anyway. Do its attacks count as magical?
Yes, because I
Okay.
have Mighty Summoner.
Gotcha. All right, go ahead and try and punch this ghost.
Yeah, it's this one right here. So it's going to be,
Beast in phase, blah blah blah. Or hit. Yes.
a 9 and a 15.
I'm afraid that both of them miss. The 9 just goes wide, and with the 15, the ghost manages to get its shield up in the way, and it seems to you that while it should be incorporeal, the attack slams off of the shield as though it were a solid object.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I will have eventually Webworber disengage and just try to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I think you get the distinct sense that like they have not even noticed him. He is, no offense to Webward, beneath their notice.
Wow. That's it for
But Webward does make a safe exit, and I will note that while you cannot fit out the bars on the windows, Webward could in theory. Ralmir.
Okay. So reasoning with these guys are kind of out of the question, right?
You see like horribly, like hanging way open more than they should be, like slack-jawed, yawning mouths with burning coals in their eye sockets. You don't get the feeling they're here to talk.
Okay. Are they here to listen?
Do they have ears?
I admire your optimism.
Okay. Let's see if I could just talk my way out of this situation, but I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. This Malar didn't
The
really.
Earth Malar counts as an ally to you, so just keep that in mind.
Okay. I can't flank with. 'Cause this room's so narrow. I guess yeah. I'm just gonna attack the one Malar was attacking.
Okay.
So,
You do have a magical sword.
yeah. Because is silver good for all, or is that's good for like undead, right? Typically,
Certain creatures.
certain
But you
creatures.
would know for sure that magic is gonna hit a ghost.
Okay, and I'll just do the duelist repair then. So,
Okay. Yeah, 22 definitely hits. All right.
it rolled.
Just so
Ignore that second
You
roll.
get your sneak
Well,
attack too.
conveniently, they're the same number.
No, that doesn't. I don't think
You-
that's a sneak attack.
Unfortunately, I don't think so. Well, you have an adjacent ally. We have been running it that way. Let me double check something.
I thought it was just flanking, not like pack tactics.
Go ahead and post it, Frank. You'll see it says as long as there's an ally within 5 feet.
Yeah,
Also,
adjacent ally.
Yeah.
I'm just double checking that they're not immune to it.
Oh,
Undead. I think you're good.
sneak attack.
Yeah, go and roll it.
Yeah. You don't need
Yeah, no,
advantage
it's
on the
adjacent
attack
ally.
roll
Yep.
if another.
If an ally.
Okay, cool. All right, then I'll just roll the sneak attack damage.
That's weird. The blue.
Right?
It's because you have
Hey,
a
you gotta-
natural
you
max
gotta-
and a
One
natural
and a
minimum.
6.
Okay, so it's 25 total.
Oh, okay.
So you do feel like this rapier actually stabs, well, like you'd more expect from a flesh and blood creature. Like there's resistance as the sword goes in. And as you hit it, there's no wince of pain. There's no real reaction other than the creature was kind of focused on this big earth elemental and instead turns to glare at you. But yeah, you seem to be able to affect them. That's where you stabbed kind of goes hazy and non-distinct. Big hole in the middle of the chest. Yeah. Anything else from you, sir?
I. uh, I'm going to give Lakabachi advantage.
Okay. On an attack.
Yeah, on
Works
attack
for
roll.
me.
Is it possible you could do it on a check?
No, it's only attack
It's only
rolls.
attack rolls for that ability? Okay.
Yeah. I appreciate the thought. All right, Savid. Damn, they took my nose off. He kind of like looks at the wall, knocks on it to make sure it's solid. Looks back down at the hall at Narlug and Orvir and goes, I don't think a dagger is going to do much to that. And kind of is just going to hold his action until anything else appears that could be dangerous. We're going to go to Orvir. Oh, and Irina will also move up on her turn, but seems to have similar thoughts on the matter. 5, 10, 15, 20. Just going to go here. But yeah, Orvir.
My assumption is that we are not blasting a hole through that wall. So
It
my
looks like
second
a
assumption
whole-ass
is,
stone wall.
what if we blow a hole through the floor?
Oh. Well, there's a floor above you and a floor below you.
Yeah. So if we can get downstairs quickly, I mean, they're gonna kind of be fucked for a little while. But We know that it's wood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I can break it, but
I got fireballs.
I got a guy that can maybe help weaken the floor of it. I assume there's some dry rot maybe happening that maybe some additional fire could help quicken that up a little bit.
Oh, almost for sure. But yes, you feel like you could probably dispel this, but I believe you are gassed on 3rd level spells, correct?
Yeah, and if it's a 5th level spell, it'd be a gamble anyway.
It would be. All right. So you get a run down.
Yes. So 5, 10, 15, 20. And that'll be 25 or 30. And I guess I'll dash.
Let me move you first.
Oh,
30.
where'd I go?
You're down on the main floor.
Ah, it's dark.
It shouldn't be,
It's very dark.
but now.
You got
Now
to move
it's
your
not.
screen probably.
No, I was there.
Oh.
I saw my token. Yeah, now it's not dark. So it's 30. So then we'll dash 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. I can't quite make
I
it.
think Octavio is going to move with you. I had delayed, but he's gonna catch up.
But he will shove for Narlag to close that door and help me break the floor below them.
Okay. All right. It is the Phantom's turn. Oh boy, we got a lot of attack rolls. Let's see. So one's gonna move up. You know what? That's 5, 10, 25. As the one from behind just fully phases through you. Or sorry, Rolmir, and you get like this sudden chill as though you were splashed with cold water, but he phases back into being solid behind you and is going to attack you. We'll start with these 3. Multi-attack from 2 of them. Whoops, that's just linking it, so let's just do it this way. Oh dear. Does a 16 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. And a 20 therefore also hits you. So that guy that kind of phased through you turns around and swings at you with his ghostly looking longsword, but it cuts just like real steel does, as he hits you first for 8 force and then for 7 force. So a total of
Ugh.
15. The other one that is flanking you is going to attack you as well. For 6 force. Then the one that is on the Elemental of Malar is not flanking, so that's not a crit, it's a miss. A 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, the Elemental is going to take 5 force damage. And then we're going to go here.
Oh, for that last attack though, I'm gonna uncanny dodge that as a reaction.
If you'd like, you can uncanny dodge the 8. That'll be better for you.
Okay.
And then these guys are going to dash, which actually means one of them ends up here as it phases through the wall. This guy is also going to does not have enough movement to do so. So there's some attacks coming on you as well, Akabachi. They are not flanking though. Multi-attack. I'm afraid one of them does crit you, but I assume a 10 does not hit you with the follow-up attack.
Correct.
And you are also lucky that it was kind of a low roll. Please take 10 force as one of them manages to find a gap in your armor. And then the other guy is also going to attack you. Good on the con save. The second con save is going to be for 11 force damage. As a 19, I assume, hits you, and a 9 does not.
That would be a another. You said another how much?
11. A total of 20. Oh no, a total of 21. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But I do need a second Constitution save, please.
Fuck.
Ooh, that is really bad. Yep. I'm afraid the elemental winks out. I know we're running out of time here, Narlug, but I do.
Yeah, we could go a few over. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I just gotta get to bed by
Um,
10.
So, this small cat-like dragon creature. Let's see. I think it is going to flap up into the air. Wait, hang on. Let me double check something. Um. Okay. Yes. It is going to fly towards you and kind of you can get the sense that it's trying to roar, but instead of it's more of kind of just like a yelp, a yip, and it kind of goes and is going to breathe a cone of smoke at you and Irina. Please give me a Constitution saving throw. Oh, I'm sorry, dexterity. My mistake.
Dexterity?
Yes, we can keep the
Oh!
10 on the die,
Yeah,
so it's an 11 for the dex save. And Irina also needs to make one save. Okay. Irina gets a face full of ash and is clearly blinded. You are not, but seeing that she is blind, it's going to fly past her and down the hallway, seeming in like full fleeing mode.
Mm-hmm.
You can take an AOO if you would like, but it's up to you, as it does provoke from you as it moves away.
I mean, homeboy is holding the axe. Why wouldn't he?
Because it's done nothing aggressive to you.
It just
I'm,
spit at my homie. What do you mean?
I'm pretty sure that a 16 is going to hit. Yes, it does. So give me damage. It is not a plant.
Oh, shucks.
Max.
Okay. So, it like yelps as you swing at it, and kind of whimpers like a dog would if you kicked it. You know, you get the. But it just keeps kind of like trying to flap away from you. And then we're back to Narlug's turn.
All right, Narlugs. See, this is crazy. Because this dude's right next to us, right?
There is now a ghost right there.
Yeah. But I also gotta go break a fucking floor. But that dude's hurt. We're just gonna have to
And
fuck.
thinking to if I don't think I can make it there on my next turn, but I'll probably try to channel divinity through the wood floor, shout loud enough that they can hear me to try to get a turn undead going.
Oh, clever.
Narlug is going to use a level 3 magic missile on this ghost in front of me.
Oh, okay. I like that. It just hits, so just give me damage.
Wait, how many dots is it at level 3?
So what is it? 3 by default, so it'd be 5, right? Show spell description. You create 3 glowing darts when you cast a spell using a spell second or last. Yes, so it'd be 5 total. So
2
2
more.
more.
Damn, look at all those max rolls. What the fuck?
This man
Close to it.
is
Yep. Fucking
pumping.
fat rolls, dude.
Sorry, 1 second.
Literally only short 1 damage for max out of that
Right.
spell.
So that's 24 total. That takes a pretty sizable chunk out of this ghost. And like as your spell hits it, again, sort of like what happened when Rolmir hit it, like it just tears chunks out of this thing, and it leaves it pretty ragged and clearly badly injured. And I think behind it, Subby's just like kind of dodging instinctively where your spells would be punching through, but they don't go further than the ghost. And kind of is just like,
Oh,
oh,
shit.
you can tell he hasn't seen a lot of magic of this sort. But yeah, so you pelt this ghost. Anything else you would like to do?
Yeah, Narlik's gonna use the movement he has to go here.
Okay.
And-
And as you pass this little dragony critter, it does not take an attack of opportunity on you. In fact, if anything, it kind of like flaps slightly higher to avoid you as much as possible.
It's like, fuck that guy, dude.
All right.
Keeps
well,
describing
his
it
turn.
as a dog and a cat, bro. Come on.
Akabachi.
Alright, Yakobachi is gonna look over at Raumir, and you see a sick sadistic smile as he's just like, "This is the hunt I've been waiting for!" And he is gonna do everything he can to keep his friend alive. So he is going to cast a healing word on himself.
Okay, which
And
then hits both of you because of the aura.
And anybody else who's on the other side of the wall, if they're losing hit points, I know that Narlug. I mean, I don't know that Narlug just walked out of it, but if he
Right.
was in it, anybody who's in there who's
Technically,
missing hit points.
Savid is missing HP.
Okay. So that's
All
gonna
right.
be 6 to my. Well, it's plus 7, so it'll be 13 to myself, and then 7 to everybody else. So go ahead and it's 7 to you too, Raumir.
Okay,
Oh.
good.
Nice.
So
Damn, that's efficient.
Dance healing economy.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna say, "Come and get me, for Malar!" And I'm gonna take the dodge action.
Okay. Ah, clever. I like that.
Just hopefully
right,
hopefully my rogue can just destroy the fuck out of these guys.
Right. All right, Rolmir. That's all you.
Okay. Do, do, do. I'm going to disengage as a bonus action, so I won't take opportunity from him. But then I'm going to attack him here.
All right. So
And then
you
some,
said you disengage so you don't take the AO. Sorry, I was fucking with something on
yeah,
the map. Okay, no problem.
yeah.
And then go ahead
then
and
I'm
attack.
gonna. Is that considered a sneak? With
Yeah, you've got an adjacent ally.
Yeah, I'm standing right
yeah,
there.
The unicorn doesn't count, but Ayakobachi does.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I wasn't talking about the
Also,
unicorn, but
does Webword actually have an attack or no? I know some like puny familiars don't.
Hold on.
Like a toad does not have an attack action.
Webword has a bite that is +4 and it does 1d1 piercing damage and 1d4 poison.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So you don't have the flank there.
But that's still hidden.
But I want to give you the crit because I'm afraid you're all gonna die.
I believe in us.
So
We don't need no crit.
in that case, yes, it's just a normal sneak attack. That is a lot of dice. What the fuck? Oh, did it roll for the crit?
It always rolls the
Yeah,
crit,
right.
yeah. So just look at the left numbers.
Okay, so that's 25, which is another considerable chunk. In fact, you are the man of consistency as you deal the same amount to this creature as the last one. And yeah, let's see. Unfortunately, it does not go down, but you cut it below half health with that attack for sure. As you can tell, as it kind of starts to, become unstable. Anything else from you, sir?
I'm not ready. My bonus action, so I'm
Okay.
just going to chill.
All right, Bear to Savid, who I think is kind of freaking out, but just drops his bow and draws his short sword. I thought it was a dagger. It's not. And is going to multi-attack a ghost. He is flanking. Okay, 1 hit, 2 hits. He's consistent. And seems to, well, I guess nobody can see it. But yes, oh no, Narla can see it. He's using a mundane weapon, which does not
Mhm.
seem to be having full effect on these things.
Dude, just hitting there.
And Irina is also going to attack it. Okay, she continues her trend of not dealing a ton of damage, but she does deal some, as she is able to use the flank to her advantage. We're going to have Von Richten run ahead, 10, 20, 30, because I know you are going to be moving. Revere.
Yep. That's 5, 10,
Actually, he would
15,
probably double move just to open those doors for you.
Damn, I'm so close.
You get
If
the
it,
feeling that the fight, so it's about 10 feet up, and you know what's happening in the hallway here. So I don't know what your range is, but you know you're kinda close.
it's 30 feet. My concern would be how high is it, and if this ceiling in this room is still made out of wood.
It would be yes. The only stone floors are the main entryway.
Okay. And how tall is the ceiling here?
10 feet. So I think you're really only getting, let's just keep it simple, about 20 feet of effective range. You have no idea how things are going in the hallway, so it's kind of on you how you think it would.
I don't know how things were going in the hallway, but can you ping where I last saw Yakobachi and Romir relative to where I'm at now?
Right here.
Okay.
Which is outside of that effective range.
Yeah. I'm guessing I don't know if they went for it. I haven't even been able to see any of their combat
Yeah.
routes since, so this is truly a shot in the dark. But I'm gonna guess rather than charge in, there was some fallback action. So they're probably actually still around there. And so I know that's outside of the range. Fuck, I don't
Tibia
think
would
I
have been
can.
able to open this door as well.
Yeah, and I guess I should just double move then.
Okay.
So what do I see in this hallways?
So this is okay. So you see stairs that go down about 5 feet. So this like landing is 5 feet lower than elsewhere. And it seems to open to outside, but across that gap is a closed iron gate, closing off a 10-foot archway on the north wall of the mansion. But other than that, this is just a long hallway that seems to be like another exit to the outdoors on this side of the building.
Okay, then I'll want to stop at the top of these stairs, I think.
Okay. No problem. All right, we are back to the phantoms. I assume that's it for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, they can sense other things nearby. So I think we're gonna go treat it as difficult terrain. So it's 10, 15, 20, 30. This one's gonna move up on Ralmir. Oh, yeah, okay. I have to be mean. I'm sorry. This one is going to move to flank Irina. And then we got a whole bunch of attacks coming. So you are taking the dodge action with your honorable shout there.
Correct.
What is your AC?
17 with my shield.
Oh, damn. All right, one of them misses you. Let's just handle the one that can only hit Romir real quick. 16 to hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna parry that and have my proficiency bonus with duelist repair. So
Oh,
it would add
nice.
it would add 3 to it, so it won't hit.
Very nice. In that case, it misses you as you're able to turn away the blade with a quick parry. And also, the second attack will miss you. All right, we've got one handled on Akabachi. We got 2 more coming. 1, 2. You said your AC is what with everything going?
17.
17. Okay. Both miss, actually. One more guy. Okay. I am afraid that one of them is a crit.
Crit
And
me.
he is going to hit you for 18 force damage.
It's okay.
The others in the hallway, I hate to say, have only squishy NPC targets. One of them is going to hit Irina for a little bit of damage.
Is it a spell they're casting or hitting?
No, they are just attacking with swords.
Yeah.
And she yells as one of them hits. The other one is going to also attack her. That is also going to hit. But she can also parry. So I think she's gonna do that, because that turns it into a miss. So she just takes 1 hit. The third guy is going to attack Savid twice. One, oh my god, it's a good thing you healed him again. Takes a very solid chunk out of him. I think you see he's barely hanging on. Irina looks like she's at about half Narlug. And then the Smoky Dragonet is going to screech and and try and fly away. And is going to move here. You get the feeling he is headed for the stairs. Narlug.
Narlug is going to throw a fireball. And
Okay.
he's going to sculpt around the 2 NPCs.
Okay.
And it's going to be level 4.
Level 4. Ooh, bringing out the big guns.
We're trying to nuke
All
these
right.
fuckers.
Are we? We're not. Okay, we're not weak to it. All right. What is your DC?
Let's see. It's going to be a DC 14 dexterity, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, dexterity. Where's it at? Fireball.
Big 31.
Okay. 31. Thankfully, that is going to evaporate the one that is between the 2 of them. And he just shrieks and lets out like this horrible bone rattling wail as he just vanishes. The other 2, one is going to make the save, the other is going to fail it. So we have 32. Not minus 352, minus
Holy
30.
shit.
Minus 16 on the other one. It would seem this one did not take the full force of the attack, but the other one did, and it looks quite injured by that. And I think again, Savid, who is like hanging on to consciousness, just lets out a shriek as the fireball goes off, and kind of like cowers.
Stopped it! Holy shit!
Anything else from you?
Nope. Well, actually, yeah. He's gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's gonna go.
Oh, okay. Going after the critter?
Yep.
All right. Ayakabachi.
Yagobachi's gonna spit up some blood. Is that the best you can do? And he's gonna cast a 3rd level healing word
Okay.
on himself.
Which that also
So,
bounces, correct?
He's gonna get 17 healing,
Okay.
and then everyone else, including the same group, gets 7 as well.
7? Okay. That is very good for both of these squishy NPCs.
Good for me too.
Indeed.
And we're gonna take
All right.
we're gonna taunt them and take the dodge action.
Dodge action again. All right. Romir.
To get crit
I'm
twice.
Seems like the two to
We
the
want the
left have both
smoke!
been injured.
I'm going to attack the same one again
Okay.
because I can't.
That's the
Even,
north one, right?
yeah, I can't like I can't pass through them even though they're not like solid, right?
Correct.
Okay.
They seem to be solid when they want to be. Their weapons sure feel solid.
Okay.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm afraid that is a miss. As you go to stab him again, and the rapier goes perfectly through the hole you made last time, you go, shit! Miss.
Well, it's too accurate.
Yeah. He is a man of consistency after all.
So, not really much else I could do. So I'm going to give Wakabachi advantage again on an attack roll.
Might come in handy.
Okay. Sabid's turn. As he kind of like backs up towards Irina to make sure there's no possible flank here. And Narlag, you might barely hear down the hallway. Weren't they supposed to protect us? As he is going to swing at the one in front of him twice. No. Then Irina is going to. I'm sure they have something more important. And is going to swing at the one in front of her. Please just roll the dice. She hits. She's huge. -3. Enter. Von Richten. There's a check associated with turning, correct?
There is. It will be a DC 16 Wisdom save.
Oh, no, from you. There's no check from you. It's
No.
just the save. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, give me just 1 second. Debating.
I'm sure as they're running down, Irvir would tell him the plan.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, actually, I don't have anything to help you with. And I think having heard Irina yell, he sees that the hallway is clear. I don't know if he's smart enough to know they probably can move through surfaces. I think he is going to, no, not Widrick Tavio. He is going to back up near you and just kind of silvered cane out, or silvered sword from the sword cane out, like keeping an eye on the ceiling, gonna just serve as a bodyguard for you. So he's gonna attack anything that comes close, and we are to you.
And then I will turn undead. So there is that. And shout quite loud. I don't know if it would be quite at the top of his lungs, but probably pretty damn close to make sure that it carries through the floor. For the loyal knights to stow their blades and remember their original purpose.
Okay. Challenge rating is not 1/2 or below, but let's get some.
I can't imagine when that shit would come up for a cleric at 6th level.
The army of skeletons or zombies is still a classic.
Right.
Save. Actually, it's probably just gonna be faster to do this.
That's like one of those things, like shoot your monks. Like you have to send a horde of skeletons after your cleric.
1, 2, 3. Oh my god. 4. You said DC 16?
Yeah.
6. That's kind of funny. Only one of them succeeds on the save. It is the one that is next to Irina.
Oh.
The others, let's see, are forced to spend its turn trying to move as far away from you as they can and cannot willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you and cannot take reactions. Okay. Got it. So, we're going to wrap up this combat round as all 5 of the ones that are in this cluster are going to move a considerable distance straight up into the floor above as they let out terrified shrieks and wails.
Can I? I guess I should.
You
Kill them.
can AOO,
I have
both of you.
advantage. We could probably kill this one.
It does end the turn if they take damage.
Yeah, it ends their frightenedness, but I mean, I guess it's not a risk worth taking.
I'm just saying it. You know the situation up there better than I do. I just wanted to remind.
I mean, you're going to get the sneak attack too. If you both AOO on it,
And I have advantage because you gave me that thing, so it'd be fun. Let's just
Right.
murder this thing.
so you're going to attack that one as it moves out?
Murder.
You down, Ralmir? If you're down, I'm down.
Yeah, fuck them.
Welcome.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
That does hit. Oh, that also hits very much. 13 acid. Damn.
20.
Yeah, so the 13 almost takes it out on its own as you take a bite out of a ghost. And it tastes minty, but also kind of dusty and old. And then as you rip a chunk out of it, Bromir just runs what's left through with his sword, and that one will die. Again, exploding into spectral particles and just shrieking. But the other 4 are going to move upward. The one near Irina, however, is not turned and is going to full attack her again. There's one hit. And a second hit. And I believe this is a good cliffhanger to end the session on, as he hits her for her remaining 16 hit points. You hear a yell and a muffled thud through that stone wall and through the floor as Irina slumps to the floor, unconscious and bleeding.
She is Death Ward.
She is death warded,
Yes.
as she staggers to one knee at 1 hit point. Coughing up blood, though. And I think you hear another shriek from Savid. The Dragonette is going to double move directly away from you up the stairs. Narlug.
Fuck this motherfucker.
As it just flaps and shrieks and like bangs off walls in full-on, flight away from you. I think for the sake of Dave, we will pick up next time here. Hate to do this mid-combat with a 2-week break, but not next week, but the week after, correct?
Yeah, should be good.
Yeah, I'll be around. That's what, the 28th?
I believe that's correct.
Yeah.
Epic combat.
Oof.
Right?
Pretty touch and go. I mean, I'm just saying that turn is not permanent, and you have to wonder about what a bunch of shrieking, flailing ghosts running through the floor above you might draw the attention of. But let's
Definitely
start
check
this.
these rooms when we get back.
Do
Some
not
magic
delete
stuff.
channel and event. Okay, so the event would be the 28th, yes.